Did Gina Carano just KO the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm? A new announcement from Netflix has her pick to fight Ronda Rousey, just as The Mandalorian Grogu goes in front of critics, audiences, and its debut. Today, we'll tell you why Gina is using Disney to win big time, and it could just slime poor Jon Favreau, Filoni, and everybody else, including phony Pedro Pascal. Hello folks, hello friends, welcome back yet again. Another video of excellence and breaking news that Gina Carano is about to use Disney to relaunch her wrestling MMA career. It's not wrestling, is it? Folks, she's kicking them in the rear and leaving them in the rear view. Today, we just need you to click the like button, drop a comment down below, and here we go with the latest from Gina Carano. Gina Carano is fighting Ronda Rousey, but that's not the biggest news, even though it's huge news. Go, Gina, go. Get the win. Ladies and gentlemen, she's getting a different kind of win on Netflix, and that all has to do with the timing of this thing. Let's talk about it right now with Geeks and Gamers. Turns out Gina is getting her revenge against Disney. Here's the title. Gina Carano will fight Ronda Rousey in Netflix super fight, historic women's MMA showdown. Both of them coming back and getting into action. Well, we're Gina fans. Listen, we're not against Miss Rousey, but we're pro Gina.
Going down.
A long-awaited women's MMA super fight dream bout is finally becoming reality as these two ladies are preparing for a matchup years in the making. It'll be on Netflix with their first ever live MMA broadcast. The bout, announced Tuesday, is scheduled for May 16th at the Intuit Dome. Is that correct? Is that how we say that, guys?
Inuit, yeah.
Inuit Dome in Inglewood, California will be contested.
I got to tell you, bro, I'm into it.
Okay. All right. Are we going to send anybody into it for live coverage of this? Do we need to send somebody down there?
You might have to.
Oh, man, we got to do this. And will be contested at the featherweight limit of 145 pounds across five-minute rounds using 4-ounce gloves. It goes on to talk about the two ladies, and folks, you can go read it. We recommend that you do. It's a great article over here on Geeks and Gamers. However, we're an entertainment YouTube channel, and we're going to cover the entertainment side of this because, you see, Gina, she went on to star in The Mandalorian, and it just so happens that The Mandalorian released a trailer, and it just so happens that Netflix made this announcement right as The Mandalorian trailer was coming out for maximum effect. And it just so happens that as of right now, the views for The Mandalorian and Grogu trailer on Lucasfilm, Star Wars, and Disney are trailing the total views on X. We don't have that to pull up right now, but it's trailing the views on X of the Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey story. And then, it gets even more delicious, guys. You ready for this? Mandalorian Grogu comes out May 22nd, 2026. Marvin, when is the fight?
Fight is May 16th.
That means, ladies and gentlemen, that as the review embargo lifts and as the premiere happens, Gina is going to be taking all of a lot of headlines, a lot of interest, and that's going to frame the Mandalorian coverage in a different way. Gina Carano and Netflix have pulled off a masterclass in using the tide, using the excitement, whatever there might be, for The Mandalorian to her advantage. It's almost as if she knows how to take the aggression of another and use it against them. Marv, you wrote the article. We'll go to you first, and I can't wait to hear Lauren's thought on this, but Gina has this is superb. You couldn't outmarket this. Your thoughts?
You know what? And another thumb to the eye of Disney here. Remember, Disney did that thing on ESPN last year where they listed the trailblazers in women's MMA and left Gina Carano off the list. Now,
I forgot about that. You're right.
Yep. Now the biggest super fight in the dream bout, right? This is the Ali versus Tyson of women's MMA. And Gina Carano is on the marquee. She is in that fight. She is being given her flowers finally. Even Dana White from the UFC was like, leaving Gina Carano off this list is absolutely insane. So yeah, it is going to be a huge event. Now look, obviously it's one of these Netflix fights. We saw what happened with Tyson and Jake Paul. This is not a Mike Tyson, Jake Paul situation though. Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey, I believe they're around the same age. Gina is 42 and Rousey is 39. So they're within striking a distance of each other as far as age goes. Gina's last fight was in 2019. Rousey's last fight was in 2016. So Gina has actually had more recent experience than Ronda Rousey. It's all going to come down to training. They are basically contemporaries. It's not like 70-year-old Mike Tyson fighting, 20-something-year-old Jake Paul.
I still think there was something fishy about that whole thing too. I'll just tell you.
I do too. Yeah. But remember, the last time Jake Paul did one of these fights, Netflix live streamed, he got his clock cleaned. He literally got his jaw broken.
Well, apparently that was finally allowed, right? Yeah. That's what I think about all that. Let me go this, because I do have the numbers here. We looked at the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer across the 3 biggest platforms that they have showing on YouTube. It's at about 600,000 views. I know it's not exactly the same, but ladies and gentlemen, if you go down here to the total views right now for this on the Netflix account, posting on X, 1.2 million views. A lot of people are taking a look at this. A lot of people are excited about this. Lauren, it is phenomenal use of Star Wars, The Mandalorian, to drive more interest in this, and it's going to reframe the coverage. They may get asked about this when they're on the red carpet now. I don't know. We'll see. Is this the gayest? No, it'll be instead, where's Gina? No, that guy's not going to ask that question. But Lauren, what do you think about the way this is being played?
I think it's smart. It's like any time that you're going to be doing any type of advertising, you want to make hay with whatever you can to get as many eyeballs on your project as you can. And they know this is going to be coming out. I agree with you. The fight's going to be taking place the week before the movie. And so that's going to lead to some questions leading up to the fight about what Gina thinks about the movie. I would bet that in the settlement last year, they had some type of a non-disparagement clause, so she's going to be, I would guess, probably pretty diplomatic. But that'll lead to some interesting questions for Disney, I think, and it'll be interesting to see how they respond.
Vash, your thoughts on Gina Carano and this return? It was very unexpected. People didn't see this coming. It just all of a sudden out of the blue, here it is. Is this going to be one of the biggest sporting events, live events on Netflix for the year?
I do believe so. And this is kind of the transition for the entire industry towards streaming or live event content, right? It's relatively cheap to produce, when comparing to something like a, plus $300 million spectacle like Acolyte was. I mean, spectacle in the best and worst ways possible. So it's a way to ingratiate subscribers, keep them subscribed, and so forth. I saw a lot of people in the chat actually when covering the story talking about how, I want to go ahead and subscribe to Netflix just to see this whole thing. So it kind of makes it makes sense that Netflix is leaning into this. I think the bout is very, very interesting. Obviously, Ronda Rousey being one of the biggest figures in female. Please, Marvin.
I have to make a correction. I said 2019. Gina's last fight was actually 2009. So Ronda has the advantage of more recent fight.
That is a long duration. But Gina's making the comeback. That will be legendary if she comes back and performs well. Jonas, the other thing about performing well, this could go in a very interesting direction, because if this event is successful and the Mandalorian Grogu movie is not, there's a scenario out there where Gina comes away looking quite impressive and Disney looks depressive. That's not a word, but I'll use it.
Yeah.
Jonas, your thought?
Well, the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer right now, they're playing it very safe with that, and not in the way that would bring in the audience. I think it just kind of looks like an episode of the show. If it was something that was going on to Disney Plus, I would say, yeah, this looks like a return to form. But because it's a movie, I'm not seeing it there. They've done themselves no favors by elevating television, but not actually elevating the quality of the storytelling, and lowering the quality of movies. So I think they're in a really bad spot. Whereas whatever goes on there with Rousey versus Carano, that is real. There will be people harmed. It's an odd thing in this, because I wish Gina to do well, but also I don't wish for Ronda Rousey to come to harm.
Well, this is a natural.
But that's how that's going to go, right? That's the nature of fights. I'm like,
she's going to be paid well for it, Jonas. Don't worry.
I know. They all know what they're signing up for. I find myself at an odd place as a Christian, thinking, oh, well, I hope that you beat the tar out of her, but not do any.
It's a sporting event. Let the tar be beaten. Let's go. It's a sporting event. Yeah. We'll have at it.
The natural question that arrives from this is if this is really a big sensation and really gets the ratings and really gets everybody excited for both Gina and Ronda Rousey, does Lucasfilm re-examine Gina Carano, especially now with Kathleen Kennedy having been displaced?
Maybe when they get a man at the top of the company, yeah.
Can we get Kathleen in the ring? Can we get Kathy in the ring, please? That's the only thing that will make this even better.
Huge ratings.
Folks, it's time to bid you adieu, but we hope that you will help us anew, and that is, we're only asking you click that like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. And oh, by the way, have you gone the way of thatparkplace.com? www.thatparkplace.com. It's the website that if you're not yet bookmarked to, well, you should be. A bastion of truth and knowledge when it comes to entertainment and everything that's going on. Go check it out today, folks. We would love to have you over there as well. All right, we are getting ready to head out, but do not fret, for we will put out 4 more videos tomorrow, so long as the good Lord allows. And we believe that probably, just might, happen. All right, until the next time we get to share time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.